Women wait to have this talk. Hey, we need to have a talk. Once you know we need to have a talk, then you know there's something wrong with you. If he initiates and says, you don't know how to cook, your feet looking raggedy, whatever these criticisms are, then immediately it's going to be turned back into you. So thus, the point of communicating and to try to get her to work on whatever she's deficient at ends up being criticisms about you, and she doesn't take what you're saying to heart. Is that why men don't communicate? Do you want it cheap? Do you want it fast? Or do you want it better? Pick one or two. You're not going to get all three. Do you want women cheaper, faster, or better? Pick one. If you're lucky, two, but you ain't going to get all three. If you want fast peace leave and cheap peace leave, it's going to be sorry ass peace leave and low quality. Don't tell me you're getting a high quality broads. We're going to bust that up real fast. If you want better and faster, you can't get it cheap. It's going to cost you. If you want it better and cheaper, you're not going to get it fast. It's going to come slow. Pause.
It's no secret that today's world is full of manipulative behavior. In fact, most kingdoms rose to power by manipulating their enemies. Whatever your thoughts are on manipulation, one thing is certain: whoever is on the receiving end will never benefit. Women, particularly in today's society, tend to take the lead when it comes to manipulating men. There's an old saying that if you want to get a man to do something, make sure his wife is on your side. You could have the most expensive house and cars, but female manipulation will severely harm you if you allow it. It happens through subtle signs that men fall for and end up making a fool of themselves. Women's greatest gift is their ability to manipulate men into obeying their commands. The only way to a man's heart is through emotional control, which women excel at. With that said, let's take a look at the top 8 tactics and things women use to manipulate men. Number 1. Overpraise. Some of you may have noticed that when your girl suddenly begins to constantly praise you in almost everything you do, you may have thought to yourself, "Oh, I'm the greatest man on the planet." Praising is not bad. In fact, it is one of the most important ways to show appreciation. However, a close observer would find continuous praise odd. Overpraise is referred to as buttering. Your girl is essentially tapping into your emotional side, and she knows how effective it is. Any rational man should be on the lookout for such a moment, because she will almost certainly make a demand that you will be unable to refuse without feeling bad. Number 2. Tears. Oh boy, this is a difficult one. We all hate ourselves when our loved one cries because of us, especially if she's a beautiful woman. In such situations, your heart will melt because she appears weak and defenseless. A manipulative woman is well aware of this technique and is more than willing to employ it. Those of you who believe that men are not emotional are mistaken. Men feel emotions as well, but they have been socially conditioned to hide their emotional side. There is only one solution to this problem, and that is for you to give up. You may not realize it, but women are smiling on the inside while crying on the outside, and you have no control over it. That doesn't mean you should regard your girl as a manipulative beast if her pet dies and she weeps. Instead, first understand the situation you're in, then play by the facts rather than emotions, as women tend to do. Determine whether she is attempting to escape the argument by playing the victim. Number 3. Nicknames. This may surprise some of you, but names establish fondness and familiarity. Funny or cute nicknames such as honey and darling are frequently used in relationships. A manipulative woman can use this to guilt trip you into rewarding her. She has mastered the tone. In this case, she's appealing to your self-esteem and love by calling you by your nickname in an appealing tone, and the poor guy is standing alert like a servant waiting to respond to his master's call. Touching is number 4. The power of touch should never be underestimated. Touching can transmit a lot of information. When a man touches a woman, he's just trying to tell her what's on his mind. The irony is that women have a natural advantage in touching men even in public places. A female manipulator understands how to manipulate men through touch. This is what you call the Delilah's touch. Consider Samson, the strongest man on the planet. The Bible says 1,000 men could not bring him down. But do you know what did? A woman's gentle touch. So stay alert and don't compromise your virtues for fleeting pleasures. Number 5. Comparing. When she wants things done her way, a woman may compare you to other men. She would not tell you her demands right away, but she would constantly mention the things you did for others. It actually works because men dislike being compared to others. Obviously, you will think low of yourself when all of your flaws are laid out in front of you. 6. Nagging. Nearly 95% of men complain that their wives are annoying, which is a significant burden for a man who works 35 to 40 hours per week at the very least. The only way to get her to stop is to finally give in to her verbal demands. A woman can make a man's life miserable by nagging. Men get tired of hearing the same complaints, demands, and old stories and eventually give up. Number 7. Seductions. Nearly every woman knows how to seduce a man, and they all have tools at their disposal to make things happen in their favor. Their most powerful weapon is their luscious body. She may give you a promising look or send messages that make you want her even more. They are well aware that nature has cursed men with an insatiable desire for physical intimacy. Finally, number 8 is avoiding. Some women will go to any length to get the attention they desire from men. You may have noticed that your wife or girlfriend is avoiding you. All she wants is your attention. In such cases, you will notice an inexplicable distance between you two, and will blame yourself for not doing what is right or resolving matters. You will be afraid to lose her if she is your one and only. Women who play this card and manipulate are truly among the worst types. So brothers, keep in mind that a perfect female manipulator knows how to control men using all of these tactics. Be observant and careful. Don't forget to hit the like button to help spread the word about this video. Thank you for taking your daily dose of red pills, and remember that a red pill a day keeps bad poker hands away. So have a good rest of your day and cheers.